So after the long await, your man waited forever. Finally got my hands on the Halo TV show. And that's what this video is about. Now normally I don't do any type of TV content, but it is related to Xbox and it's related to Halo, which is a franchise that I hold dear. So I figured I'd make a video about it because, oh my God, did they mess up in this show, man. They messed up big time in this show. But before we get on with the video, you guys know how it is, man. Hit that like button if you guys enjoyed the video. You can always subscribe to the channel for weekly content. Don't forget to go over there and follow me at Twitter at LordAddictILP. Without any further ado, let's talk about the disaster known as the Halo TV show. What's going on, you guys? Gaming out here, coming at you for another video. I watched the Halo TV show, man, and I generally want to, talk about the TV show, my overall perspective about it. There was a lot of hype going into this TV show. Now, I will admit that when it comes to this TV show, a lot of people had expectations left, right, center, and I think it's one of those things where we know that usually when our favorite games come to the big screen in any way, shape, or form, it's always horrible. You got the games, you got the movies that's made from games. Like, it's usually a back and forth street, and I feel like a lot of people really wanted this Halo TV show to come out swinging. Now, first off, let's talk about the spoilers. There's going to be spoilers in this video to a point. Now, I'm not going to really spoil anything that hasn't been said by the actual producers of the show. To my knowledge, they've mentioned this, and it's the biggest issue the show has by far, and it's just the first episode. So let's talk about it. All right, spoiler alert. Last time I'm gonna say it. Spoiler alert. So the beginning of this show, it shows how deadly the Spartans are, and it shows how strong they can be, how effective they are in battle, how good they work as a team, and it kind of showed, the rebels and how much they feared the Spartans. And for those of you that see this, it's kind of like a little bit of a mixture between where it would actually be. Clearly, there is no Cortana yet, so I'm not saying Cortana hasn't been made, but Chief doesn't have Cortana. And what I really enjoyed about this is just how they showed that the UNSC is so dominant when they were fighting these rebels and stuff, that they're trying to do a little bit of like a sleight of hand with some of the people in the show, and they're trying to get them to talk to their people. I really enjoyed how they did that. But let's talk about the big elephant in the room, and by far the most disrespectful thing I've ever seen in TVs that's been adapted from an anime or anything related to that matter. Obviously, this is a TV show that's inspired by a game called Halo. But for those of you that are under a rock, and I'm sure that the majority of you know, but I'm going to explain it regardless, Master Chief is an iconic brand. Master Chief is an iconic icon. And the biggest thing that makes him that way is the question mark under that mask. For years, we've been wondering, is he ever going to take that mask off? Is he ever going to get hit and the mask comes off? Like, in Halo 5 didn't come off. Halo Infinite didn't come off. Halo 1, 2, 3 didn't come off. Halo ODST didn't come off. Halo Reach didn't come off. But in this TV show, he takes his mask off. And I'm disappointed with Xbox because I feel like they robbed the gaming side of Halo off of something that they deserved. Now, I'm not saying that if Master Chief takes his helmet off in the games in the future iteration that's not going to have an effect, because it will. But now, since we kind of know what he looks like under his mask because of this TV show, it's not going to have a lot of generated hype going forward. So when he eventually does take it off, you're going to see some tweets about it. But that's pretty much as far as that goes. Like, I've always felt like Master Chief's mask needs to come off when he's dying and they're ending the Halo franchise. And that's how I've always felt like they need to end this franchise for the longest time. And to let Paramount Plus take the biggest icon that we have been following, we've been playing these games for years, and just, you could take his mask off. I ain't feeling that, guys, man. For some reason, I feel like if this was a PlayStation thing or a Nintendo thing and they were being in charge, let's say PlayStation had the Halo rights and they were doing this. I honestly don't think PlayStation would just let them take his mask off like that. Considering they haven't let them do it in the games, why are they letting this TV show do it? I don't understand. Microsoft, like, I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but you really disrespected your audience. And I'm not saying that this show is not going to be good. I think it's going to be a good show. It's just, I don't understand why you would let this TV service take off the mask of the icon that you haven't let in the game yet. It's just frustrating, man, because this is one of those things that like I said, this deserved to be the game. This didn't deserve to be in the TV show first. And sometimes I feel like that's the issue when you have a company such as Microsoft Xbox that is getting into different types of media, where you have gaming and you have the film industry, the TV show industry, and you clearly see that what works on the games is not necessarily going to work in TV. I understand why they showed Master Chief's face, but I don't like it. I felt like you could have did the exact same thing where you just showed the back of his head. Here's how they did it. Just to clarify, let's talk about how they did it. He's trying to get this rebel to believe in him, to trust in him, because she's got a BR staring at him. Clearly, the BR is not going to hurt you. So you didn't even have to take your mask off. There's literally nothing that this little girl could have did to you, Master Chief. But you, for some reason, it makes no sense. You take off your mask to gain her trust. You could have been like, shoot if you don't believe me, because he told them that, look, my armor isn't going to do anything when it comes to that gun. You're just going to shoot and it's not going to even leave a scratch. You could have said something like, shoot if you don't believe me. She shoots and then she realizes he's not joking. Or he could have, like, they could have did a pan in the back of his head where it's not showing his face, and he takes off his mask and he says, you can shoot here if you don't believe me. That's the only way you're going to effectively do any damage. And I feel like that could have did the exact same amount of effort without giving away that huge thing that I feel like the games deserved. Look, that's all I really have to say. Look, is this show going to be bad? I don't know. We have to see. This is the first episode, but I do feel like Microsoft, they should be ashamed of themselves. Now, I'm not saying that when it comes to the TV show and the gaming industry, maybe this wasn't entirely up to, 343 or maybe Phil Spencer. Maybe it come from the higher ups, but it's just like, how are you going to let a TV show Master Chief's Master Chief's face, but you're not letting the games do it? And now when it's done in the games, it's not going to be as effective because people have seen this man's face to some point in the TV show. But that's all I got for you guys, man. I'm disappointed. I'm going to continue watching the show, but I'm disappointed that Microsoft and Xbox would let another media entity show his face off before the one that created this icon. I'm disappointed by that, but definitely put in the comment section below, were you disappointed that this happened? Obviously I said spoilers, so I'm assuming the majority of you that's watched this are going to say in the comment section below. I'm assuming you've watched it, and if you didn't, I'm sorry you didn't pay attention to the spoiler alert. But in the comment section below, tell me what you think about that. I'm out of here. Peace.